Ye shall know them by their fruits. Do men gather grapes of thorns, or figs of thistles? Even so, every good tree bringeth forth good fruit, but a corrupt tree bringeth forth evil fruit. A good tree cannot bring forth evil fruit, neither can a corrupt tree bring forth good fruit. Matthew chapter 7, verses 16 to 20. If the Son therefore shall make you free, ye shall be free indeed. John chapter 8, verse 36. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long-suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, temperance. Against such there is no law. Galatians chapter 5, verses 22 to 23. And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. John chapter 8, verse 32. But I say unto you, that every idle word that men shall speak, they shall give account thereof in the day of judgment. For by thy words thou shalt be justified, and by thy words thou shalt be condemned. Matthew chapter 12, verses 36 to 37. He that hath knowledge spareth his words, and a man of understanding is of an excellent spirit. Proverbs chapter 17, verse 27. Blessed be the Lord my strength, which teacheth my hands to war, and my fingers to fight. Psalm 144, verse 1. Thou hast also given me the shield of thy salvation, and thy gentleness hath made me great. 2 Samuel chapter 22, verse 36. Jesus answered, My kingdom is not of this world. If my kingdom were of this world, then would my servants fight, that I should not be delivered to the Jews. But now is my kingdom not from hence. John chapter 18, verse 36. And the servant of the Lord must not strive, but be gentle unto all men, apt to teach, patient. 2 Timothy chapter 2, verses 24 to 26. No man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. Ye cannot serve God and mammon. Matthew chapter 6, verse 24. Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Ephesians chapter 6, verses 10 to 20. Charity suffereth long and is kind. Charity envieth not. Charity vaunteth not itself, is not puffed up, does not behave itself unseemly, seeketh not her own, is not easily provoked, thinketh no evil. Rejoice not in iniquity, but rejoice in the truth. Beareth all things, believeth all things, hopeth all things, endureth all things. 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verses 4 to 7. Thou hast also given me the shield of thy salvation, and thy right hand hath holden me up, and thy gentleness hath made me great. Psalm 18, verse 35. Do all things without murmurings and disputings, that ye may be blameless and harmless, the sons of God, without rebuke, in the midst of a crooked and perverse nation, among whom ye shine as lights in the world. Philippians chapter 2, verses 14 to 15. Beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits whether they are of God, because many false prophets are gone out into the world. 1 John chapter 4, verse 1. Being then made free from sin, ye became the servants of righteousness. Romans chapter 6, verse 18. Moreover, if thy brother shall trespass against thee, go and tell him his fault between thee and him alone. If he shall hear thee, thou hast gained thy brother. Matthew chapter 18, verse 15. But now being made free from sin, and become servants to God, ye have your fruit unto holiness, and the end everlasting life. Romans chapter 6, verse 22. He that is of a proud heart stirreth up strife, but he that putteth his trust in the Lord shall be made fat. Proverbs chapter 28, verse 25. Let no corrupt communication proceed out of your mouth, but that which is good to the use of edifying, that it may minister grace unto the hearers. Ephesians chapter 4, verse 29. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart. Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor, and not suffer sin upon him. Leviticus chapter 19, verse 17. A soft answer turneth away wrath, but grievous words stir up anger. Proverbs chapter 15, verse 1. Wherefore, my beloved brethren, let every man be swift to hear, slow to speak, slow to wrath, for the wrath of man worketh not the righteousness of God. James chapter 1, verses 19 to 20. For God hath not appointed us to wrath, but to obtain salvation by our Lord Jesus Christ. 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 9. And even as they did not like to retain God in their knowledge, God gave them over to a reprobate mind, to do those things which are not convenient. Romans chapter 1, verses 28 to 32. For brethren, ye have been called unto liberty. Only use not liberty for an occasion to the flesh, but by love serve one another. Galatians chapter 5, verse 13. But whoso looketh into the perfect law of liberty, and continueth therein, he being not a forgetful hearer, but a doer of the work, this man shall be blessed in his deed. James chapter 1, verse 25. He shall feed his flock like a shepherd. He shall gather the lambs with his arm, and carry them in his bosom, and shall gently lead those that are with young. Isaiah chapter 40, verse 11. If the world hate you, ye know that it hated me before it hated you. John chapter 15, verse 18. Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all, to stand. Ephesians chapter 6, verse 13. The Spirit of the Lord is upon me, because the Lord hath anointed me to preach good tidings unto the meek. He hath sent me to bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim liberty to the captives, and the opening of the prison to them that are bound. Isaiah chapter 61, verse 1.